Yeah.
We'll just do like our lips are right next to each other.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I think you should start talking.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Still rolling.
Don't give it to them. They want it. Don't give it to
They
them.
score.
Just
Right.
keep restraint.
Yeah.
Score.
Just do a little bit of restraint.
Ryan, come on back. And the couple by the bar walk towards us, cross. What's that? No, your name, sorry. Ponytail lady.
And then-
Cross this way. Cross this way. Take your date and cross this way.
I feel so nosy.
I know.
I feel like
And my-
just noses.
And my nose is so big.
I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late. Just gotta shut down. We gotta call an insurance month and just deal with that.
Yeah.
And then,
Cut.
just kidding.
Blake Lively's picture-perfect life is suddenly under the spotlight for reasons no one expected. Justin Baldoni, known for being the sweet, charming star of heartfelt dramas, just let slip a jaw-dropping revelation about their secret past. And trust me, it's got everyone talking. Now, when you think of Blake Lively, it's hard not to picture her as America's sweetheart. From her breakout role in Gossip Girl to her stunning red carpet looks, she's got that effortless charm we all love. Plus, let's be real, her marriage to Ryan Reynolds is pretty much Hollywood royalty at this point. Then there's Justin Baldoni, the guy we all know and love from Jane the Virgin. He's built a reputation not just as an actor, but as a filmmaker who tells deeply emotional stories. But here's the thing, Baldoni just dropped a bombshell that connects him to Blake Lively in a way no one saw coming. And let me tell you, what he revealed isn't just a cute story from their past. It's big enough to have Blake scrambling to keep the full truth under wraps.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 in the morning. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow. There's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can FaceTime or see each other in person soon and get to talk more. But I'm just going to send you a few thoughts, and hopefully it's not going to be more than a few minutes. But I don't have the best track record. I don't think either one of us have the best track record for our voice memos.
To understand this surprising connection between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, we need to rewind to the early days of their careers. Picture this, a low-key industry event filled with rising stars and creative minds looking for their big break. Not exactly the glamour and paparazzi of today's Hollywood scene. This is where Blake and Justin first crossed paths. Back then, Blake was known for her role in Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, just beginning to gain attention. Meanwhile, Justin was hustling as an actor and filmmaker, driven by a passion for storytelling that broke away from the typical Hollywood mold. But made their bond stand out wasn't just casual small talk. It was their shared desire to challenge industry stereotypes. They talked about telling meaningful stories, bringing depth to characters, and pushing past the superficial narratives that often dominated TV and film. According to insiders, these conversations sparked a genuine friendship that went beyond professional networking. It was about two people wanting to change the narrative. Little did anyone know, this innocent connection would plant the seed for one of Hollywood's best-kept secrets. Fast forward to today, and Justin Baldoni just shocked everyone during a recent interview. While promoting his latest project, the topic shifted to Hollywood friendships. That's when Baldoni casually dropped a bombshell about his long-standing connection with Blake Lively. He described how they stayed in touch over the years, exchanging creative ideas and even offering each other career advice. But then came the comment that had everyone doing a double take. Baldoni hinted that their relationship wasn't just about professional respect. There was something deeper, something that most people never knew about. In his words, "Blake and I had this unique understanding back then. We saw something in each other that wasn't obvious to the rest of the world." He paused, smiled, and added, "There are stories there, but maybe that's for another day." You can imagine how social media exploded after that. Twitter was instantly on fire with fans dissecting every word of the interview. Was Baldoni suggesting a romantic history? Or was it just a close creative partnership that remained under the radar? The hashtag Blake and Justin started trending, with fans sharing theories and even digging up old photos of the two from back in the day. Some fans were thrilled at the thought of a secret friendship between the two stars, while others speculated if there was more to the story. One user tweeted, "Wait, what did Justin Baldoni just say about Blake Lively? I need receipts." But here's the real question. Was this just a slip of the tongue or a deliberate reveal?
I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank, and I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short, and you worked really hard on that, and the way you framed it, and how that made you feel. I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I f***ed up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I am a very flawed man, as my wife will attest, and I'm gonna f*** up. I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. I'm gonna piss you off, probably, but I will always apologize and find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of, and I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend, and I should have given it more time.
According to sources close to Blake Lively, she was completely blindsided by Justin Baldoni's comments, and honestly, it makes sense. Blake is one of those rare Hollywood stars who fiercely guards her personal life. Over the years, she's mastered the art of keeping her private moments off the radar, even with paparazzi lurking around every corner. Think about it. She's not the kind of celebrity to engage in public feuds or spill secret details about her friendships or relationships. Even her marriage to Ryan Reynolds, despite being in the spotlight, is largely kept under wraps, except for those lighthearted social media jabs they famously exchange. So when Baldoni's interview sparked wild speculations online, it naturally put Blake in an awkward position. Insiders say she wasn't happy about it at all. One source even claimed, "Blake values control over her narrative. This kind of exposure is exactly what she tries to avoid." And speaking of awkward, let's not forget about Ryan Reynolds. You know, the internet immediately dragged him into the conversation. Fans started wondering how he feels about this sudden spotlight on his wife's past. After all, Reynolds is known for being both playful and protective when it comes to his family. Does this newfound buzz bother him, or is he strategizing behind the scenes on how to handle it? Well, knowing Reynolds, it could honestly go either way.
You know, what Ryan Reynolds, has seemingly done, right, is used his power and influence to not only help Blake Lively take over this movie, but, he's used it, on Deadpool and to make fun of Justin Baldoni.
Let's talk about Ryan Reynolds for a second. He's not just a Hollywood A-lister. He's a master of PR and social media. Whether it's launching a new business venture, promoting a film, or trolling his friends online, Reynolds knows exactly how to control the narrative. But when it comes to his family, it's a whole different story. Reynolds has defended his family's privacy fiercely over the years. Remember when he called out the paparazzi for stalking his kids? That moment cemented his stance on protecting the ones he loves. Given that history, it wouldn't be surprising if he's already thinking of a way to steer this situation in a way that either downplays it or turns it into a PR win. Fans already speculating, will he address it with one of his signature witty tweets, or will he stay completely silent? Some people think this could actually become a PR opportunity. Imagine Reynolds pulling off some clever social media post that turns the whole thing into a joke. It's exactly the kind of thing he's known for. But there's always the risk that this snowballs into something bigger, a full-blown media fiasco that pulls Lively and Baldoni back into the spotlight in a way neither of them wants. And as if things couldn't get messier, Baldoni doubles down, adding fuel to the fire. Right after the internet exploded over his comments, he jumped on social media to explain himself. In a series of posts, he defended his statements, calling them an attempt at creative transparency. Basically, he was saying he didn't mean to cause problems. He just wanted to share an honest story about his journey in Hollywood and the people who influenced it. If you follow Justin Baldoni's career, this actually tracks with his whole vibe. He's always been an advocate for heartfelt storytelling. Remember his TED Talk about redefining masculinity, or his book Man Enough?
As an actor, I get scripts. And it's my job to stay on script, to say my lines, and bring to life a character that someone else wrote. Over the course of my career, I've had the great honor playing some of the greatest male role models ever represented on television. You might recognize me as male escort number one.
In one of his posts, Baldoni hinted that the industry often forces celebrities to put up walls and hide genuine connections. His message was clear. Why not celebrate these creative friendships instead of keeping them hidden? While that's a noble sentiment, let's be real. Hollywood isn't exactly built on transparency. Of course, not everyone was buying it. Some critics felt Baldoni crossed a line by sharing a story that wasn't entirely his to tell. Fans started questioning whether he should have kept that chapter of his life private, especially considering Blake Lively's well-known preference for keeping her personal life out of the spotlight. But while Baldoni paints this as a heartfelt confession, Hollywood insiders say there is way more to this story. Here's where things get messy. Whispers in Hollywood suggest that Baldoni's comments could have career consequences. He's known as a collaborative and well-liked figure in the industry, but dropping personal revelations about a high-profile star like Blake Lively, that could make future collaborations tricky. There's also speculation about whether this will affect any potential projects involving Lively or her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Let's face it, Hollywood loves power couples, and the Lively-Reynolds brand is strong. If Baldoni becomes a source of unwanted attention for them, it wouldn't be surprising if doors start closing quietly behind the scenes. And then there's the legal side of things. If there were any non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, in place from past collaborations or events, Baldoni's revelation might have crossed a line. Hollywood contracts are notorious for their confidentiality clauses. Breaching one could lead to legal headaches, including potential lawsuits or damage to his reputation as someone who respects creative partnerships. It's not just about love and friendship anymore. This could become a high-stakes Hollywood battle. Meanwhile, the internet is doing what it does best, turning the entire situation into a spectacle. Twitter is flooded with fan theories, memes, and hot takes. You've got Team Lively loyalists who are defending her right to privacy and calling Baldoni out for oversharing. On the flip side, there are Team Baldoni supporters who appreciate his candidness and believe Hollywood needs more genuine moments like this. One viral tweet read, "So Justin Baldoni is the new whistleblower for Hollywood friendships? I'm here for it." Another user said, "Blake Lively right now Googling how to erase interviews from the internet." It's wild to see how quickly this story has taken on a life of its own. And judging by the way fans are rallying behind their respective sides, it's clear that people are ready for more tea. This story isn't cooling down anytime soon. But now it's your turn. What do you guys think about all this? Are you siding with Blake? Backing up Justin? Drop your thoughts in the comments because we're all curious. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next chapter of this wild story.